Now, if you're a fan of African music, the name of Angélique Kidjo will be a familiar one. The Beninese superstar lives in Brooklyn and has travelled the world with her music. She's also a UNICEF goodwill ambassador who, this week, at the opening of the Davos World Economic Forum in Switzerland, won the Crystal Award for her humanitarian efforts. Well, earlier I spoke to her about her calls at the influential international summit for more focus on the importance of school for vulnerable children. Have a listen.
We got to scale it up. We got to work. We got to invest pretty much in education in order to have a society that is sustainable for everybody.
Now, specifically with regard to Boko Haram, the crisis that Nigeria is facing in terms of the insurgents that are taking over more and more territory in the northeast, where we've seen more often children, specifically young girls, being used by the militants. In your opinion, is this a new tactic? And why are these vulnerable young people being roped into adult conflicts? And what can be done about it?
Well, first of all, if some men are threatened by a young girl with a notebook and a pen, then they have a serious problem. And they need to be educated more than women right now. But the thing is, insecurity is based on what? It's based on poverty. Poverty is the base of what is going on. The fact that people don't feel included in the society, in the wealth of that the society is creating a lot of violence around the world. Not only in Africa, but everywhere. We have a problem with this generation of young kids that are living in societies where the perspectives of future are short or next to nil. We can't give education to our kids if we don't create jobs. So my message here to the leaders of all those big companies is, if you want your business to survive, to thrive, you have to invest with us and help us campaign with the government, because education is the responsibility of the government. We want you to lobby with us, with the government, to put the kids to school. Educating girls has been proven to raise the GDP of the countries, to be the alleviating force against poverty, against violence against women, against a lot of stuff. And what is holding us back is something I want leaders of the world and leaders of those big companies to explain to me why they're not investing in something that can make them richer in the future.
So you're a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador and you co-founded a charity for vulnerable young people called the Batonga Foundation. What is your main focus in these roles?
Well, my main focus in secondary education, first of all, is to give a surrounding that is profitable for the kids. Now we have to add to all the stuff that we are doing before, security. Because if we cannot convince the parents of those teenagers that we are putting to school that going to school won't mean death sentence for them, we will fail. So right now, for me, secondary education and tertiary education will be a game changer in Africa. We cannot transform Africa only based on primary education. Girls are the priority, but boys also are part of the solution to women's issues everywhere in the world. We cannot find solution to women's issue without men being part of the solution too.
Angélique Kidjo there speaking to me a little earlier on. And you can watch the full interview with Angélique on France 24's website in the Africa News menu.